bro, Terence Crawford versus Tim Tszyu is a damn pipe dream, bro. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can also join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and videos that we do. And if you want to debate, hit me up, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. Or you can always just come by the channel when I'm live and hit the link, man. We drop the link every time we go live. Let's get it cracking, though. So, I was reading this article on Boxing News 24, and it was about Terence Crawford going after Tim Tszyu. That don't make no goddamn sense. And when I saw who their source was, I wanted to call in the Boxing News 24 and get their ass fired. I wanted to get the writer of the article fired. He wrote a whole article on what Bernie the Boxer said, bro. A whole article on what he said about Terence Crawford going after Tim Tszyu. And if anybody don't like me talking about this shit, I'm going to talk about it. If you got a problem with it, man, everybody know when I'm live. Y'all boys know what it is, man. Just hit the link and come holler at me. But listen, bro. When you get to the writer of this goddamn article, bro. Number one, you need to study the politics and the business of boxing more. Number one. Right off the rip. Number two, you need to study the source of your article before you decide to run with some shit. Here's what I know. In 2022, Bernie the Boxer, who's supposed to be in Terence Crawford's camp, who's supposed to be a member of his team, who you will find holding everything ranging from mitts to shoes to spit buckets, he was wrong every step of the way. Every step of the way, he told people to get their tickets, that the Spence Crawford fight was going down. He told people that he could fight Jermell Charlo. He told people that Keith Thurman could be on the table. And then Bud turned around and did none of that shit. He fought David Avanesian, bro. David Avanesian. So when somebody is that wrong about somebody else's moves, it's safe to say they don't know shit. They don't know what they talking about. And it's probably even safer to say, expect the opposite. Because last time people came over to my channel or came in the chat or tried to tell me things that Bernie the Boxer said, bro, the shit turned out to be a 100%, 1,000% dead ass wrong. So that's that part of it, right? That's why I can't listen to no shit about Terence Crawford going for Tim Tszyu out of his mouth, bro. I just won't do it. You watching this video, you can choose to do it if you want to, but he been wrong too many instances, bro. Get your tickets, champ say get your tickets. Yeah, for the Terence Crawford Avanesian fight. The fuck? You didn't even see that, and that's why I be saying, bro, these fighters, these camps, they don't really be messing with a lot of y'all for real, bro. And it may hurt to hear it. Maybe it's a harsh reality coming from me or whatever. But all of you Devin Haney fanatics and Devin Haney channels, when Devin decided to drop his motherfucking belt, he didn't give not one of you the goddamn exclusive. Not one of you. He gave that shit to ESPN. They reported that shit before anybody who got a YouTube channel watching this video. Y'all get y'all real information the same way I get my real information from reporters that ain't on YouTube. They come here to tell y'all bullshit. Same thing with Terence Crawford. Bernie the Boxer gets his Terence Crawford information the same way you watching this video or me watching this video get our Terence Crawford information. From Michael Benson or Mike Coppinger or somebody like that, bro. He ain't got no inside scoop, clearly. That's been proven all throughout 2022. Everything he told you Bud was going to do, Bud ain't do none of that shit. He ain't do none of that shit, Bud. Might just move up to 154. If he don't get Errol, he might move to 154. and fight Jermell Charlo. Bud Crawford, you know, if he can't get Errol Spence, we going after Keith Thurman. He can get Keith Thurman. The only reason he fighting David Avenesian is because, hold on, bro. Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. You said the Spence fight was done. You didn't know shit about Avenesian, just like I ain't know shit about Avenesian. Why should we listen to you? Whatever, bro. Believe what y'all want to believe. Keep doing shit that don't make no sense. And you know, that's your business. Whatever. The Tim Tszyu shit don't make sense because Terence Crawford is not looking to take a pay cut, bro. He just got that bag with Errol Spence Jr. And for as big as Tim Tszyu is in Australia, Tim Tszyu ain't popping over here like that. And Tim Tszyu may not even be willing to fight him in America. But let's say they do fight in America. How y'all think a Tim Tszyu Terence Crawford pay-per-view gonna do? You think Bud want to take a pay cut at 36 years old, trying to hurry up and get his M's up and get the hell on out of here, bro? You really think that that's what he want to do? And he's in the middle. How he gonna go after Tim Tszyu and he got to work out the Errol Spence rematch card? How that work? Bud Crawford is trying to have a chance to make the same money or close to it. And he ain't trying to fight till he's 40. He said that shit himself. So the Tim Tszyu shit is not on the table until the Errol Spence rematch is worked out. Whether or not they pushing it back or whether or not he has an out because of Errol surgery that he just had, that remains to be seen. And if you Terence Crawford and you going up to 154, I would think that you would fight the biggest name at 154 pounds. If you are able to move on from Errol and you go to 154, why would you go after Tim Tszyu? It would make sense, in my opinion, for you to go after Jermell Charlo, who's coming off of a pay-per-view with Canelo Alvarez and is a much bigger name in the sport of boxing than Tim Tszyu is. So it just doesn't make sense, bro. So I would say for anyone running with that, anyone believing that, bro, I would just hold tight because it's too much great and it's too many things that haven't come to light yet. First, we got to figure out what's going on with the Errol Spence Terence Crawford situation. Is there a rematch? Is there not a rematch? Is Bud gonna be able to get out of the rematch? Does PBC even want to deal with him again outside of Errol? Do they even want to deal with him outside of Errol? Because we know that these promoters and these power players in boxing, they can hold the drugs. You think PBC don't have a bad taste in their mouth from how negotiations went? And how their advice was to just walk away because they felt Bud was asking for too much? But Errol went against what they advised him to do. He gave up shit that he shouldn't have given up to Bud Crawford to make the fight happen. You think that they would just openly want to and feel the need to negotiate with him again? It's too many questions for anybody to just say, oh, Bud just gonna go after Tim Tszyu, bro. How? He gonna use his WBO to become the WBO mandatory to Tim Tszyu and risk taking a mandatory split? After the payday he just got with Errol Spence? How does that make sense, bro? You Bud Crawford. You just did 600 whatever thousand pay-per-views with Errol Spence. You just made the biggest bag of your career. And then you gonna go up and be somebody's mandatory and risk having to take a 75-25 or 70-30 split, whatever the split is in the WBO, if y'all can't come to an agreement. And you're going to lose all your leverage because the person you're negotiating with knows that at the end of the day, they got the person in the back of their mind that they could work with if you try to go the mandatory route. How does that make sense, bro? Somebody explain to me how that makes any sense whatsoever. So I don't see him going after no damn Tim Tszyu, especially not no mandatory route. If anything, that fight would have to be negotiated. And in order for that fight to be negotiated, it's Errol Spence that he got to tend to. Whether they be beating him again in the rematch or they let him out of the contract because Errol has the eye surgery, whatever the case may be. With that shit, then once he goes out of that, you got to make sure you got to tell me and explain to me how you so sure that PBC would want to deal with him again outside of Errol Spence. What are you doing? Going to Saudi Arabia? You going that route? Maybe. Maybe. It's a possibility. Other than that, how? How you gonna go after Tim Tszyu? Will Tim Tszyu go to Saudi Arabia when he's the champion? He's the one that could just make himself make himself the person that gets 70% or 75% of a potential purse split. Will he be willing to fight outside of Australia as the champion and it not be in America but be in Saudi Arabia? Like, that's a lot of shit. Will Saudi Arabia want to put on Terence Crawford and Tim Tszyu? A lot of things to think about before we just say, Bud, going after Tim Tszyu. I ain't there yet. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Smash the like, sub to the channel, share the video. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace out.